The truth, why you haven't gotten your first wholesale deal in 2024 yet. Guys, my name is Rick Ginn, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 5 things you need to address right now in 2024 to get on track, not only to get your first deal, to get you well over $100,000. But before I get into it, I need you to do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can continue to receive videos of the most up-to-date wholesaling information. So the first one, number 1 on this list, and this is a huge pet peeve of mine, is you're just too busy. I know what you're thinking, like, Rick, I don't understand. If I'm busy, it means I'm working the business, my wholesaling business is moving forward, and I'm trying to move forward and push the needle. Well, here's the truth of it. If you're busy, you're broke. You see, busy is a hidden gem of an excuse. Meaning busy is not what you think it means. And I'll show you exactly why. Because think about the average corporate employee that goes to work 8 hours a day, right? On average, they're only productive 2 hours. That means they have to waste 6 hours in an employer's work to get through the day. So what do? They cultivate this term busy. You ever have someone tell you that they're busy? Anybody who announces they're busy and they repetitively do it over and over, it is code for broke. It means I'm trying to do everything and I'm not getting anywhere. And here's how busy comes from. It was created in the corporate culture, in my opinion. So if you only work 2 productive hours, you got to kill 6 hours. That's how you get busy. You sit around the water cooler, you gossip, you open emails, you look at videos, and you're doing the exact same thing. Dude, just be honest with yourself. And I'm here to tell you the reason that you're using this busy excuse is you probably took it from school, because school's the same thing, because they're conditioning you to be an employee. And you sit in school, what, 7-8 hours a day? It's the same thing. I'd say you only get about 20 minutes of quality interaction when you're at school, and then you just keep busy. How do you keep busy? Talk to your friends, you send notes, send text, people gossip, and no shocker, you jumped into wholesaling in 2024, and you're bringing over the same habits from your schooling, from your previous employer, and you like to use the word busy. And I'm here to tell you, busy is broke. And the reason you're trying to stay busy is because you feel like you have to fill your time with the activities that never got you anywhere. So if you recognize it and you see the pattern, stop being busy. And here's how you do it. You just focus on income producing activities. You have to master marketing much, much faster than any other business. And the best way to master marketing is just a deep dive into it. Go over to freewholesaling.com, and everything you do should be about pulling your list, finding motivated sellers, and pushing the needle towards earning revenue. Things that don't earn revenue is creating websites, designing your logo, figuring out what your accounting is, figuring out what your LLC is, talking to lawyers, talking to real estate agents. Guys, this is busy work. And the reason you do it is because you feel uncomfortable and you're not embracing the uncomfortable. So you're replacing it with comfort, what you know. You know what you know? It's called being busy. Stop doing it. I'm here to tell you, if you keep busy in wholesaling, not only will you be broke, you're going to be back in your old job and you are not going to be in wholesaling. Stop being busy. Be productive. Do income producing activities, appointments, talking to sellers, follow up, marketing. This is stuff that is going to push the needle in your business. All that other stuff is just crap and it's not going to get you anywhere. It might make you feel good in the short term, but me and Zach have always taught you, if you're not going to go through the pain, the struggle, the work of income producing activities, all that comfort stuff, the busy stuff, it's going to get you nowhere other than broke. The second thing that's preventing you from getting your deal in 2024 is you're focusing on the tricks of guru marketers, specifically in wholesaling. You are a prime target if you're new to this business, and it's natural to go on the internet and seek help. So one of the safest places you can go is flipwithrick.com, leads you to freewholesaling.com. Me and Zach have created over the last 3.5 years the most successful wholesaling course, and I do it by data. The amount of downloads and views we get on it far exceeds anybody else's. And here's the cool part. From start to finish, if you've never done a deal to get you to your first deal, to get you to your first $100,000, nobody supplies a course like me and Zach. End of story. It's just facts. But here's what you're getting when you go outside of that. Everyone's telling you wholesaling is hard. It's saturated. I have an easier way. I have a 2.0 system, a 3.0. Guys, when you start seeing that stuff, understanding you're about to get walloped. You see, There are no tricks in wholesaling. You actually have to do it. You actually have to go to work and you got to converse with people. You've got to connect with people and you have to work at it. So anyone who's going to sell you a solution like, why would you do all that wholesaling? It's so hard. I have an easier way. They don't have an easier way. They're just going to take a method. They're going to label it as wholesaling, which none of it is wholesaling. And they're going to use these tricky little legal documents that honestly require a lawyer's supervision. And the worst part is they're going to market to people just like you that are brand new, and they're going to tell you how easy it is. And guys, here's the reality of the situation. If it's super easy up front, like you can get the phone number, the pictures, the price, the seller's name, all in one click, and it's just there for you. And then someone tells you you're going to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars by using my technique, so you don't have to wholesale, and you can pay full price, you can play above price, and you have no skin in the game. Guys, it's all an illusion. If I thought you could do that, I would put it in freewholesaling.com. I have tried everything. And I'm here to tell you, these tricks are going to make you broke. They're going to keep you busy. And even if you get a few successful deals, I promise you the loophole will be closed and you're going to have to come back and go through freewholesaling.com. In fact, 70% of people that go to freewholesaling.com have purchased some type of wholesaling course. What does that tell you? Anybody who makes wholesaling, like gives you a cheat sheet and says it's going to be super easy and I have this technique and you don't have to compete with other wholesalers, they're just on a course grab. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Some things can work temporarily, but they'll never last. And if you put your entire business in that and then it gets shut down, you're stuck. I'm sorry, guys, novations right now, they are huge problems in our business. They create a lot of unnecessary documents. Most of you are recording documents you don't even understand. And you are putting yourself in a liable position, a position to possibly be sued. And the last thing you want to do in this business is get sued by trying to work around wholesaling. Guys, listen, if it's super easy up front, it's going to be brutal on the back end. And this is what me and Zach are trying to tell you. Put in the work, put in the time. It's actually faster, much more profitable, and will make you more successful in the long run. So if you look at this business like a marathon runners, they put their runs in every day. They don't stop. No matter what the weather is, no matter what's going on in the news, they just do it. Sprinters bring you tricks and I got a way to work around this and get you excited because you just think you discovered gold. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get fooled. And the only person that's going to benefit the person who sold you the course. And really, do you really want to work with someone that says, listen, the only way I'm going to show you the secrets to wholesaling, which I told you there's none, is you got to pay me behind this firewall? Do you really want to develop a relationship with this person? Honestly, the more value I provide to you, the more value Zach provides, the more apt you are to work with us. And that's how we go into this with the free mindset. The more people I can touch in wholesaling, the more people I can help, the better I feel. And honestly, it's the right thing to do. That's just how I operate. So understand this going into it, that there is no quick shortcut. And if you think you've discovered a trick and a loop, you're just wasting your time and you're keeping busy. So please keep this in mind, guys. There are no substitutes for wholesaling. It is the greatest skill set you can learn in real estate, hands down. I promise you that. Your next problem is you just don't have enough quantity. If you're working on 2 or 3 leads, you are doing a hobby. You're not running a business. Now, guys, I did wholesaling while I did a full-time corporate job, and I had a lot of responsibilities. And you know what? I had 24 hours in a day. So outside of my work hours, in between breaks, in between car rides, I talked to sellers. I did everything. I ate dinner and talked to sellers with follow-ups. I skipped dinners. I went, and Saturday, Sunday was just full time for me. And I embraced that grind for over 8 months until I could replace my income and my job. Listen, we're all a little bit different, but I'm just telling you the one common denominator you need quantity. You need a ton of leads, because if you're new to the business, you need as much opportunity as possible, because that experience, the journey of wholesaling, is what's going to make you successful. And the reality is you need to connect with as many motivated sellers as possible. And if you don't do that, it's hard to get a deal in 2024. In fact, in your first 90 days, you need to talk to as many people as humanly possible. And when I say humanly possible, they have to be motivated sellers, because then you're just going to get busy work. Guys, the cure to anyone's business that's suffering in wholesaling is quantity. Go to freewholesaling.com, look at the government list, and attack every one of them. Attack them with vengeance, because you are pushing a boulder uphill and you don't have momentum. And the only way you get momentum is with a ton of leads. The more leads, the more opportunities, the more likelihood of your success. This isn't rocket science. science, guys. If you don't have quantity, fix it now. And the quantity is up to you. You've got to load it. I mean, you have got to bury yourself because you're going to screw up deals. People are going to fall apart. If you're working on 1 or 2, 3 leads, you're never going to make it. I'm just being honest. You got to up it. You got to get 20, 30, 40 leads in the pipeline. And to get that, you have to connect with thousands of people. Not 10, not 20, not 30. I said thousands. You know what? It's the reality of the business. I'm not here to sell you the course. I'm here to give you the truth. If you want to get a deal in 2024, up your quantity. Coming in number 4, you're looking in the wrong places for deals. I'm sorry. The truth of the matter is a lot of you are acting like realtors and you're not acting like wholesalers. What do realtors do? They comp everything before they go to an appointment. If you're doing that, you're doing the business wrong. Identify it and correct it. Wholesalers are master marketers. It is the first skill you must master in our business. If you're not good at marketing, nothing else will work. I promise you this. In fact, if you're an incredible salesperson and you don't want to do the marketing, just get out of wholesaling right now because it's never going to work. If you master marketing and like you have no sales experience, not know what you're doing, you're going to kill it. I'm sorry, because we look for the needle in the haystack, the motivated sellers. You got to have a lot of quantity. We talked about that before. But once you get there, you learn to guide your prospects, your sellers, and all they're looking for is someone that will help them solve their problem. And that's what we teach you here. We teach you how to connect with them. But listen, a lot of you are acting like realtors. We talked about the comping thing. The other thing is you guys are just looking for houses for sale. That's not wholesaling. That's realtor world. Yes, they have to be willing to sell their house. But if the property's not motivated, meaning it's not run down or it's like distressed, or the seller's not motivated, they don't have an urgent situation to solve, you're not getting a deal. And most of you are out talking to people that have zero interest in selling. They want to sell their property. They just want tippy top dollar. So look at the motivation of your sellers. If there's no chance of motivation, move on, refer them to a realtor and get back to the business of wholesaling. Guys, don't waste your time with people that, listen, if I thought just looking for houses for sale, that's what realtors do. We are wholesalers. We are looking for motivated sellers that want to sell their house now. You can't just look for, I need to sell my house. You're just going to do busy work and you're going to waste time and you're never going to get a deal in 2024. Guys, look for motivated sellers. Stop just looking for houses for sale. There is a distinct difference. A wholesaler will always focus on the motivation of a seller. Number 5, last but not least, but extremely important, is you got to learn to be accountable to yourself in 2024. What do I mean by that? The reality is if you're stuck in a lot of the 4 situations I just mentioned before in this video, is you're just, if any of those ring true to you, number 1, you got to recognize it. If you're not going to recognize your patterns, then there's no chance of being successful in wholesaling. It's the truth, guys. Very few people will come on the internet and tell you the truth the way it is. But you see, if you don't recognize the pattern, because most of you are doing it because it's programmed in your subconscious mind, you don't even realize it. And it takes someone like me to come out and hit you in the mouth and tell you got to fix this, is once you recognize it, identify it, you got to find a way to cure it. So I've given you plenty of ideas to cure it, and go to freewholesaling.com. We'll teach you how to do the whole thing. The reality is once you identify it, you recognize it, you look back, you find a strategy to fix it. Now, what are you going to do going forward? Are you going to keep these same patterns of not holding yourself accountable? How do you hold yourself accountable? Tell yourself the truth and do what you say you're going to do. And honestly, as soon as you can learn to have an honest relationship with yourself, nothing's going to stop you in wholesaling in 2024. But the minute you keep setting a promise and breaking it, if you can't be loyal to yourself, how are you going to be loyal to anybody else around you? So listen, a lot of people did this. I was stuck in this for years. My corporate job, when I was transitioning to wholesaling, once I decided no one's going to save me, I have to figure this out. And if I can't be truthful with myself and I can't fix the problem, and if I just follow through, it doesn't mean you're going to hit every target, every goal. But if you can be honest and transparent with yourself and push forward, listen, wholesaling's easy on the good days. On the bad days, that's when you have to embrace wholesaling, when you don't want to do it the least. And the only way to do that is be accountable to yourself. How do you do that? You have to sell yourself the truth. Do what you say you're going to do, and you got to follow through. You should fear breaking a promise to yourself. And if you can commit to that, I promise you, you're on your way to getting your first deal in 2024. So guys, if you recognize or resonate with any of these things, let me know in the comments. I'm giving you my 21 years experience of wholesaling. I want to help you out. I'm here to tell you the truth. I don't have a fluff course to sell you, so it's easy for me to be honest with you. And guys, if you got value from this video, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.